I'm Violet Dahl, and I've been in online sex work for 15 years. As the lovely host said, I'm going to talk about Findom today. And Findom, or financial domination, is a kink in which a sub is aroused by paying or spending money on a dom. The sub is usually male, often referred to as a fin sub, pay slave, pay pig, money slave. The dom is usually female. Other genders can and do participate, but traditional gender roles, as well as the wage gap between men and women, are a big part of why financial domination exists. Financially powerful women are still viewed as a rarity in this world. Handing over sums of money to a woman for nothing is considered a careless act. Society reinforces financial stability as the ultimate life goal. So to most people, throwing your money around is shameful. A woman having more money than a man is still viewed as emasculating today. Both women and men are guilty of pushing this view. All of this is a big part of why financial domination exists. Things that are viewed as taboo or shameful will inevitably become fetishized. Financial domination is sex work. Most of us in the adult industry know this, but as the existence of Findom became more known to the world, there was an influx of newbies hopping online, hoping for an easy buck, no research, no clue about kink, BDSM, or sex work, lots of whorephobic ideas. But most true fin subs are sexually aroused by the act of paying a dominatrix. That makes it sex work. It doesn't matter if you're fully clothed. It doesn't matter if it's not sexual to you. It's still sex work. Financial domination is typically an extension of female domination, or femdom. Not all submissive men are into financial domination, but everyone loves money. Money is power. So it makes sense that a sub handing over money to his dominatrix is viewed as an act of worship, contributing to her power. Technically, paying tribute in financial domination shouldn't be transactional. A sub shouldn't be getting much more of anything in return beyond maybe a little attention and the satisfaction of paying his dom. It's kind of the whole point. But this isn't how it always goes in online sex work, and a lot of lines are blurred, especially as financial domination becomes oversaturated and more competitive. And of course, most subs have other kinks beyond Findom that they'll hope to incorporate in a dom-sub interaction. Dominance is key. It's called financial domination, not financial ego stroking, not financial begging, not financial, I want easy money, but I don't want to be mean. A few years ago, a group of girls online tried to make wholesome Findom a thing. They wanted financial domination, but they wanted to be wholesome. They wanted to reap the benefits of financial domination, but they didn't want to be mean. They didn't want to be sexual. It caused a little bit of drama online, and it was insulting to pro-doms and sex workers. It didn't work. It didn't last. I imagine those girls discovered they could be sugar babies and moved on. Dominance doesn't always equate to being cruel, but a lot of fin subs find humiliation arousing. A lot of them find paying women humiliating, so Findom is an extension of that. Some fin subs enjoy a form of dominance that leans more towards seduction or sensual domination, and that can be very profitable. But many fin subs enjoy other aspects of BDSM that aren't so pretty. Ball busting, chastity, sissification, cum eating. A lot of submission revolves around pain and humiliation. If you find these aspects of femdom unappealing, Findom might not be for you. Deciding that you want to be a dom who only does financial domination is very limiting. In fact, I don't think I know a single successful dominatrix who does Findom alone. That might work temporarily, but long-term, not so much. And it certainly won't get you the respect from the BDSM community, because most of us will realize you have very little interest in BDSM as a whole. So I suggest you don't limit yourself if you want to be a dominatrix or if you're interested in financial domination. Ask yourself if you enjoy being dominant. Do you enjoy kink? Are you willing to learn? If not, you can make a lot of money from other forms of sex work. A lot of the top paid cam girls earn more than the top paid dominatrices online. There's a bigger audience for vanilla sex work, and there always will be. You can still make money casually from Findom here and there. You don't have to be a dom. I've had Fin subs approaching me since the very beginning of my sex work career in strip clubs, on campsites. So if you're only interested in Findom because you believe doms make more money, that's not necessarily true. Financial domination can do harm. Lately, as Findom has become discovered by the vanilla world, I've seen it referred to as a paraphilia, which I think is unfair because Findom should be consensual and fun for both parties involved. Just about anything fun in life can be addictive, which of course can be very harmful. Alcohol, gambling, thrill seeking, shopping, food, sex. Yet I don't see the same people who criticize Findom going after bars, casinos, banks, or all you can eat buffets. I think a lot of the backlash towards Findom stems from misogyny, whorephobia, and envy. God forbid a woman profits so quickly and seemingly easily, let alone a sex worker. I do agree that financial domination can be both addictive and harmful. So can pornography and cam girls. On our end, we can only be so responsible. Does the retail store clerk know if a customer has several maxed out credit cards? Unlikely. So it's not their responsibility to tell a customer to stop spending. If you think a Fin sub is suffering mental health-wise, I do believe it's your ethical duty as a dom to back off. It'll probably save you a lot of trouble in the end. Setting healthy boundaries between ourselves and our customers, it's a part of the job. Blackmail is illegal, period. It's a huge fantasy for a lot of Fin subs, but not all. Some are terrified of it and want nothing to do with it. Respect that. If you can't make money in Findom without actually blackmailing someone, maybe you suck at Findom. Some DOMs specialize in the fantasy and offer things like consensual team viewer sessions. That can be risky for your own privacy if you don't know what the hell you're doing, so you need to have experience with the program and the technology. I personally prefer to stick to blackmail fantasy, if anything, in clips, meaning there's no interaction or opportunity to interpret what I'm saying as an actual threat. I've done blackmail role play with subs I know well, and even then I'm very cautious with what I say. Some weirdos will request blackmail sessions just to collect evidence to threaten you with. In my opinion, there's many more lucrative options that are less of a hassle. I still see people arguing that blackmail contracts are a thing and they'll hold up in court. They won't, because blackmail is illegal. At least here in America, I know a contract won't protect you if you commit a crime. So I've spoken to lawyers about this. Keep it to role play. You'll be okay. And a lot of what you see in online Findom isn't real. After all my years in online sex work, my bullshit radar is pretty advanced, which leads me to my next point, smoke and mirrors. If it seems too good to be true, probably is. I've had a lot of new girls come to me wondering why they aren't bringing in massive tributes yet. They see other newbies tweeting about receiving $10,000 every day or something like that. I see a lot of ridiculous stuff on Twitter. Sometimes they just blow it off as marketing. Other times I see new girls making such unbelievable claims, I wonder if they know anything about Findom or the adult industry at all. I've spoken to quite a few site owners. I've been a top earner for many years on several different platforms. I have an idea of the norm. I have an idea of what's average and what's exceptional. Yes, some people do receive very large tributes. It's usually not a regular thing. I personally have received a few 5-figure tributes in my time. I do make 4 figures a day, but I'm not giving you any of this information to brag. I'm telling you because I want you to know that's not coming from daily 4-figure tributes for nothing. I'm not magically pulling this money out of men without putting in the effort. It's work. Findom is sex work. I put a lot of time in interacting with my subs. I create content to keep them interested. A chunk of my income is still from selling content that's purchased by customers who never tribute. They're not into financial domination. So not all of my income is from Findom, but that's passive income, the money that comes from clips and content. It's almost less work in the end because you can sell a digital product forever. So don't limit yourself. While we're on the subject of bullshit, a lot of people who present themselves as potential customers or FinSubs are scammers and time wasters. You have to be guarded. You can't be gullible. You need to protect yourself. There's credit card fraud, money laundering, wish list scams, and a lot of payment processors are not sex work friendly. If some bitter jerk gets a hold of your PayPal info, they can report you and get your account shut down. It's not easy to create a new account because they already know who you are. PayPal can hold or reverse your balance, so that money is pretty much gone. Financial domination is not a get rich quick scheme. As I mentioned before, Findom is oversaturated now. Media exposure has contributed to that. When you read an article about Findom, typically that's a dominatrix marketing herself. She's speaking to potential customers and trying to build her online presence. It's not reality. Breaking into financial domination at this point is a challenge. Online sex work in general has become oversaturated, with the pandemic affecting the job market, with celebrities signing up to OnlyFans. If you don't have the patience and a good work ethic, it's unlikely that Findom or online sex work will become a significant source of income for you. It can be extremely rewarding to stay at home and work, so don't let the things I've said scare you away from trying it out. If you're interested, keep your expectations realistic, be cautious, see if you like it, go from there. Try building friendly relationships with experienced doms who seem open to it. You never want to just mimic what others do because building a career as a knockoff isn't the best for longevity, but you'd be surprised what you can learn from just respectfully watching, asking questions. There's no shame in being new, and I personally appreciate those who are honest about it and who are eager to learn. Actually, I find newbie excitement very refreshing. Your brand. This is a really important aspect of sex work in general, and Findom is no exception. With so many people trying to jump on the Findom bandwagon, you want to build a brand that sets you apart. If you ask people about Violet Doll, I'm sure a lot of them will say the same things. Big boobs, blonde hair, color pink. That doesn't really set me apart these days because those are things that a lot of people in Findom are going for. But those things became a part of my brand visually. It's recognizable. But what sets me apart now is probably my creativity, my ability to express my creativity through my content, and my authentic interest in the therapeutic aspects of kink and BDSM. I'm also okay with being a pushy saleswoman, so a lot of people don't seem to realize online sex work is sales. You're kind of dancing the line between fantasy and selling a product. If you want to stand out and succeed, don't just brand yourself as another financial dominatrix. Don't just echo what you see working for others, because that's not going to last. Think about your passions, your skills, what interests you about kink, and incorporate that in your brand. I believe loving your work is key to a lasting and successful career. So relying on a completely fake persona will burn you out quick. That's why I had to be done with vanilla sex work myself. Faking sexual arousal, I had zero interest. I envy people who love vanilla sex work, and I really wish I did too. So make your brand an amped up, polished version of you. Consider what you want to specialize in. Maybe it's something as simple as a few specific kinks. Maybe you'll come up with something new and very niche that pulls in a huge audience. Make what you love about female domination known, so you build a customer base you can enjoy. You can still profit from financial domination through other kinks because, as I said, Findom is an extension of femdom, humiliation, two categories that umbrella endless options when it comes to kink. And that's what's really exciting about it for me. There's a lot of opportunity to get creative with your work and your brand. Platforms, this is very important. Any adult content platform works for Findom. Campsites, clip sites, phone sex. But the more DOMs who are established on a platform, the more sub-traffic you'll find. When I first signed up for AVN Stars, for example, I had no expectations. If anything, AVN has always been known for mainstream porn, but they're sex work friendly and they pay on time, so I stuck with it. My customers followed, even other DOMs followed, which brought more submissive traffic to the platform. Soon, Avian Stars became a great place for online dom work as well as vanilla sex work. So you never know what'll work best for you. Trying out any platform with a good reputation is probably a wise idea for building your customer base. Later on, once you feel more established, you can narrow it down to a few, but never put all your eggs in one basket. That's a mistake I've made in the past, and I constantly have to remind myself. It's very easy to get too comfortable on one platform. Sometimes platforms fail. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and most companies will not be transparent when it comes to financial struggles. And it's normal to earn significantly more off just one or two platforms, but never limit yourself. Adaptability is very necessary in this business. And even more important, using an adult platform also shows customers that you're ID verified. It proves that you're not likely a catfish or underage, so they'll feel safer spending their money on you. Most of us wouldn't put our credit card information into a completely unheard of website, so using platforms with a good reputation makes our customers feel safe. Vanilla sex work, pro sub work, and Findom. Yes, you can do it all. I've mentioned this before. There are well-known porn stars who are also respected dominatrices. Some people have this outdated sexist idea that doms can't be nude, they can't be sexual. It's not true. Vanilla sex work and female domination often overlap. Many things that work in financial domination will also work in other forms of sex work. Not everything that's effective for vanilla sex work will work in financial domination or female domination. Subs won't likely be interested in seeing you in a submissive role. Some might even be turned off by it, but that doesn't mean being a professional switch isn't possible. That doesn't mean they can't enjoy your dom work. Again, if you love what you do, I'm sorry. If you love what you do, that tends to override a lot of the potential negatives. If you're confident in being a switch, doing vanilla sex work or submissive work while also doing dom work, your customer base will appreciate that. Sorry, my audio kind of went out. Confidence is key in any form of sex work, especially female domination and financial domination. So that's about it. Sorry, guys, I'm a little rambly. I have a cold, but hopefully those are some good tips that'll help you. That's it.
Hey, Violet, can you?
Hello.
Yes, yeah.
Now you can hear us, right?
Yes.
This online thing works, you know, it's hard. Obviously, it's hard in the real life, let alone in the virtual summits. We have a question for you from the audience. How slowly can you move from vanilla to dominatrix? Is there are there steps? How do you go from one to the other?
I think this is a very common and important question. And myself, it was one day I was just fed up with vanilla sex work and I was just like, I'm done. And I completely shifted to dom work. That was a financial risk for me and there was an adjustment period. So I would say have some money saved and try to do it gradually over maybe a period of several months even, or, you know, continue doing vanilla sex work and just try to sprinkle in some domination and just see if it picks up for you, just to be safe financially. But you can do both, like I said, no problem.
Nice. Second question is, what point do you think a model should move to OnlyFans? Like at start as a newbie, or she need to get a lot of fans and then move to OnlyFans?
I think you could just start on OnlyFans right away. The platform does have its own traffic. It does help if you're building a social media presence as well. And like I said, never limit yourself to one platform. Try a lot of different platforms to build your customer base and your fan base.
Okay. Last question is, what is your biggest tip for a newbie that's starting right now to do Findom?
I want to start. What's your biggest tip for me? What can you tell me? What should I do?
I think confidence is huge in any form of domination or financial domination. Just seeming very comfortable with what you do and research. Do a lot of research on kink.
Okay, that is a great answer. Thank you so much, Violet. You are a wonder, and it's always nice to see you.